All right, away we go. As you can see from the tire temps, they're really cold, no warmers. This is B+ session, so it'll be a steady pace. And with freezing cold tires on a really cold track, the track is currently at 68 degrees. That's going to take some time to warm the tires up. The other side of that is obviously what pressure am I running. So we got Bridgestone slicks on the rear. We've got a medium that started at 27 cold. And then we've got an R10 Type 2 front. That's starting at 29 cold. So we'll see what we get in terms of temperature rise and then be able to go ahead and see if that reflects with the heat. I calibrated the sensors this morning to match. So the other part of that that's important is making sure tire temp and readout temp are the same or as close as possible, which we did. So that's good. That's all our variables covered at this point on our warm-up lap. So we should be able to see somewhere, I would hope, a 20 degree Fahrenheit rise in the first lap. And remember, we're looking for an operating temp of about 140, where we know for sure the tire is completely hot in terms of giving grip. It's not ideal. Ideal will be 160, but at least at that point we know we can push. Right now at 90 rear, 77 front, it's not good, so we're riding appropriately. And getting heat into the tires on a very cold day, especially the front, is going to be really difficult. The other part of filming this session is running at a B+ pace. How much heat can we generate? Can we actually, with the pressures we've got in the track temperature, get the heat up enough where we can get the bike to corner and put it down on my knee? Having the Mantis available with its readouts tells me, hey, you should think twice about that. So you don't get a false sense of confidence by saying, I did 3 laps, so the tires will be hot, let's go. Quite the opposite. Now you have a readout that's constantly refreshing, telling you exactly where you're at. So as we're building pace in terms of acceleration and braking, the heat index should come up a reasonable amount on the second lap. But again, you can't make the assumption. You have to see what you've got, and that's why the Mantis is so invaluable in getting everything up to 10. So right now, coming up to the corkscrew for the second time, we're at 103 and 80. So the rear's warming up nicely, but the front is still at 80. Eee. I'm not too sure about that, so I'm not going to push the front and trail brake aggressively, nor am I going to put the bike into the corner with a full load on the front. There's no point doing that. There's no point crashing the bike. So our third lap's going to be quicker again. Let's see with a third lap, again, no faster than B+ pace, there's no point doing that. So that's not the point of the exercise. Okay, good, we're over 100 now in the front, and we're getting up to, 100 in the rear, we're getting up to 90 in the front. I can give it a little more lean, but not much. But I can certainly get on the gas harder now. And the rear's up to 10. gaining temperature with braking now, which is good. I'm liking that. It's putting me in a happy place, but the rear is still not at 110 yet. There we go. 110 coming up the hill. So this is the end, getting towards the end of lap 3, but our front tire is only in the 80s. So, question becomes now, why spend more time out when clearly tire pressure at B+ pace is high? You really want to burn up a set of tires and also have your risk super high on cold tires. Don't make any sense. So there's another inherent value with the Mantis. You're not wasting tires and you're just eliminating completely risk. Does that make sense in buying the product and using it? You bet it does. Absolutely. It will save you over and over and over because you have great data on tires and tire pressure. And then corresponding track temperature and carcass temperatures. So, again, we're going to leave the bike out and wait for the next session.